Hey guys, welcome back to another video of Star Trek Fleet Command. So, I got my Discovery, and I thought I would show before everyone pretty much gets theirs tomorrow, a little bit about the Discovery. It's not really self-explanatory immediately, but it's really easy to get the hang of, to show you how the spore drive works. Some issues that I'm seeing currently that are unobtainable items for the Discovery. So the first thing here is, here it is in all its glory. I'm trying to think if this looks a little bit better than the description that, or the visual that Morgan and I looked at previously. It looks pretty much the same. I think it looks a lot better in space than when we were looking at it before. I still think that these support struts should be raised. They should not be laying flat on the model of the ship, because they are not just a design element, they're actually structural purpose for those supports there. But that's just my geeking out on it. Overall, I think it's a pretty average job they did on the Discovery. But let's go ahead and talk about the ship and a couple of things that I tested out so far. So the ship ability, of course, is the mycelium harvesting speed is increased by, I'm tier 4, so it is increased by 3,000%. And let's go ahead and look at the stats on tier 4. So because I have my mining crew aboard, my protection is definitely increased. And it's actually pretty high for the ship. It's 22k out of a storage capacity of 36k, which I think is probably one of the highest in the game, if not the highest, for protection. You know, going forward, a lot of people are like, oh, 22k isn't much. You're right, it's not much. But at tier 9, the ship would probably have a very good amount of protected cargo capacity. So let's take a look and see if I can pull up the stats. So as you can tell from the stats, the ship is not meant for attack. Its attack is only 24k at tier 4. Its defense is 86k, health is 62k. There is nothing really outstanding for the ship itself. I think it's odd that it looks like a warship, but it's a mining ship. I think that's incredibly weird with this whole design that Scopely has decided to kind of give to us. And instead of the warp drive, it has a spore drive that you upgrade. And these are the things that are going to be very difficult for you to come by. So the very first thing is, we're looking at this and it's taking uncommon. Really don't like that it's taking uncommon, because at the very best you use this for the one event purpose and that's it. I really prefer the Stella, the way that they had put together that ship, and that you weren't really using uncommons. And as you can see here, it is taking these parts are taking up a really good deal amount of titanium and dilithium. So because I have Scotty in the captain's chair, this ship is actually going to go to warp range 29. The upgrade is to 24, but there is a reason I put him in there. And most of the parts are going to require these spore drive components. And these spore drive components are not easy to come by. So far in the Discovery arc, you really have to pay for them. All of them, pretty much. I'm trying to think of a way you can get them for free. And right now you can't really grind for them, because all you're really doing is you're going to the anomaly systems and you are grinding out the mycelium which transfers into your ability to do jumps. And there are the hostiles. Now, this ship isn't good against them. It is really bad against those hostiles, which doesn't make any sense either. You would think that this event ship would be good for those event NPCs, but the only thing it's good for is mining. And I'll show you a couple of battle reports to reflect that. So, going back here, let's just jump into those battle reports. Okay, so here are the unknown aliens. So this was the first one that I fought. It almost wiped me out. It really almost wiped me out. It took half of my hull health, all of my shields, and I barely survived it. And I only got 130. Now the ship only rewards 130 mycelium. So the ship bonus of mycelium is only on mining. It is not on hunting NPCs. Has no military effect against these NPCs. So this starship is not looking like they did a bang-up job on it. And here was the second one. Once again, 134. And of course, that's where I was destroyed. So I couldn't even take out 3. 3 of approximate my power. Of course, I was using miners. And, of course, you could have a different effect using an NPC crew. But why would you use an NPC crew on a mining ship? So the one fun thing about it, let me see if I can find a system. Here we go. Asteria. So Asteria isn't explored yet. So as long as you have the warp range on your ship, you can jump to any of these systems. So I can jump to a warp 28 because I have Scotty. Otherwise, it would be a warp 23 at tier 4. So I'm going to set course. And I'm going to actually do a jump. This is the really nice thing about this ship is you don't need to actually go to explored systems. You can easily explore systems by just jumping into unknown ones as long as you have the warp range. And we'll go ahead and mine some mycelium here just so you guys can see how fast it actually goes. And I guess this was going fast for me. I was like comparing it in my mind to data extraction with the Botany Bay. And data extraction just goes so much faster. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and let this one go. And then we're going to jump back to our base. Just so you guys can see how that works. Well, that looks weird. Never noticed that effect before. I don't know if it's just with the USS Discovery or not. Alright, so we're almost done here. And I will go over the refinery as well. Alright, so we're done. We're going to recall. Actually, let me do that. So you hit the little spores and it will let you jump back. And it always goes to the always sets you up to entering the system. You don't actually just reappear there. So, I mean, this would be a cool and fun event if everyone want to take discoveries and kind of use the jumping method to kind of like surprise and do PvPs, that sort of thing. But everyone would actually have to have a discovery or they would destroy one another. All right, so let's go ahead and look at the refinery. So this is the Discovery Refinery. And right now, one of the questions I've heard before is I cannot harvest storage full. That means you're just full of mycelium. There's nothing you can do because you are full of it, and until you start using those jumps, you can't really do anything because using those jumps will use up that refined mycelium, and then you can actually start harvesting. Then there is the Discovery Refinery. This is where you use these Discovery Refinery tokens, which you cannot get anywhere other than paying for packs currently, which is a huge and unfortunate thing. So a lot of this is based around, from what I perceive, you have to get the spore drive components. So far, anywhere in the game, you can't get them. You need Discovery Refinery tokens. So far, you can't get them anywhere. The exception to these is by spending. You can buy packs, and they're within those packs. And if you want spore drive components, the best place to get them is going to be those recruit packs. That's where I got a lot of them. When I unlocked my Discovery, a $50 upgrade Discovery package came out. I bought that, and that's how I got my Discovery to tier 4, basically. But after that point, I think they are forcing people to not like just rank up to a tier 9 Discovery. But at the same time, there's nothing we can do in the game as of yet other than harvest mycelium for jumps. And that's it. Now I can see where this is coming into play, especially in the anomaly events. But in the anomaly events, this is the weird thing for me, is they talk about shooting NPCs and mining mycelium. Well, the Discovery can't do anything with shooting NPCs. That's the piece I'm not understanding, is why does the Discovery not have a bonus against those specific NPCs? Like, I want to say like the Vidar, like the Franklin, like the Stella. Is it something that's coming? We don't know. I do believe that this is going to be the first arc, as it says Discovery 1 right there. But I think the overriding issue for me is the total lack of communication about what the overall arc is going to be from Scopely. They've kind of just said, here's the first page of a chapter. Now read it and be happy with that. And you're left wondering, well, where is this going to go? Why should I read this? Why should I take time out of my day to do this? And so that, unfortunately, has led a lot of people to the conclusion that they're not going to do it. They're not going to do it until they start to see a point in doing it. Because in the back of their mind, this is another Stella event. This is another Vidar event. This is another Franklin event. Nothing will come from it other than, possibly grinding for badges. And while free-to-play players have really no way to get badges, and why this would actually work well for them, people who have bought packs at all will have badges. They might not have that many. Personally, I have 18 badges of each kind. I don't need to do this event if all I'm doing is going to get badges. Now, if it's something for crew, that's a different story. I would love to get those new crew members. But the point that I really want to leave everyone with here, and especially Scopely if you watch this video, is there is no communication from Scopely about what this is leading up to, if it's leading up to anything. You have to sell us on an event that we believe there is going to be a payout on our end. And we might buy the packs. I might buy recruit packs because I really want Burnham, or I might really want Saru. I think the crew side is fine, but as far as the ship, I don't see the point of it right now. So let me know what you guys think when you get your discoveries and you unlock it, and have your opinions. I would really love to hear back from you guys. But other than that, make sure you hit that like or that dislike, hit that subscribe and that bell for future notifications and future content, and I will talk to you guys later.